Top of the morning to you 19.7 Awakening Warriors. This is Revolution. In this video, we're doing Cell Max vs Goku and Vegeta. If, by any reason, you're still watching Dragon Ball YouTube videos, but you haven't seen the latest Dragon Ball Super superhero movie, Cell Max is the latest antagonist, the big bad. He is a kaiju of the Dragon Ball world. It's basically another version of Cell, but not quite the version of Cell that we all know and love. It's just a big, giant, green-red version of Cell that is stated to be one of the strongest beings in the universe. But if you've been following the Dragon Ball Super manga, you'll know that Goku has his Ultra Instinct, a perfected or even true Ultra Instinct now, and Vegeta has Ultra Ego. They both have Ultra transformations. They are extremely powerful. They've worked hard for their powerful transformations. Along comes Superhero and a load of what most people in the fandom would say are ass-pull power-ups. But guys, just before we venture into this hypothetical verse battle, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. You could be the one that is the 20,000th subscriber. That would not only make my day, but hopefully make your day. And you'll be a rounded number subscriber. Just do it. Go for it. And guys, please do give the video a like. Lend the Daishinkan your energy. If you don't know who the Daishinkan is, come on. It's the Daishinkan with Shane. That's what I do. I put my name on things. So as mentioned before, Cell Max is like basically just a new version of Cell, way more powerful than the original super perfect Cell we got in, well, the Cell games that ultimately Super Saiyan 2 Gohan defeated with a father-son Kamehameha. That version of Cell is a wimp compared to the modern day characters. Not that you really needed to be told that, but this version of Cell is extremely powerful. It's confirmed in guidebooks, source material, and even by Toriyama himself. He is stronger than, as we know, Orange Piccolo. He defeats Orange Piccolo in the movie, who Toriyama confirms is as strong as Goku and Vegeta. Now, the interesting point about this particular battle is at the end of the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie is Gohan, who's just attained his new beast form, says to Piccolo, even if Goku and Vegeta were here, they might not have been able to beat Cell Max, or that Cell Monster, as he refers to him. You know what? Cell Monster is actually probably better than the name Cell Max. Cell Max is a bit inaccurate, really, considering he can't even use his maximum power due to the fact he has a maximum one brain cell. I digress. This is what has caused a lot of people to believe that Goku and Vegeta are weaker than Cell Max. It shouldn't have really taken that, really. We do know that Toriyama himself stating that Goku and Vegeta are equal in power to Orange Piccolo. He states that Piccolo rivals Goku and Vegeta now, and obviously he, as the author, as the overlord of the Dragon Ball verse, he is time-stamping it as of the date of the movie, and he knows how strong these characters are in accordance to each other more than anyone. You can argue he forgets stuff, but even if he forgets things, he is still the ultimate authority on where these characters lie now. So surely that's the end of the battle, right? Cell Max is stronger than these two characters, therefore, surely Cell Max would win. Well, that's not really the case, and especially in Dragon Ball Super, Super has more and more, and I would actually say this is a very big positive for Super, has more and more so propagated that techniques can serve as a equalizer to greater power or greater raw power. We love to use the term raw power on this channel. Now, in terms of what Toriyama said about Cell Max, he did state that if Cell Max had been completed, given his maximum output, if he had his brain control basically sorted out, and he was able to fight and able to utilize that power, then not even Broly could beat him. Well, we also know that Broly was stated by Frieza at the end of the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie that he doesn't even have his mind under control and he can't utilize his maximum power because of it. So basically, these characters cannot utilize their maximum power. But there is a bit of a difference between those characters, though, is that Broly adapts to his opponent at an extremely alarming rate, whereas Cell Max was basically just born at that level of power. He doesn't adapt to his opponents. Though there is that whole thing there that the original Cell had the cells of the Saiyans, Frieza, and some of the other Earthlings and the other warriors. So why wouldn't this Cell Max? But you know, it wasn't really stated in the movie or in any other extra material from the source material from the franchise itself. Maybe that information will come out, but Cell Max seemed to be at the same level of power throughout that entire fight. In fact, you could say his power dipped the moment that Gamma 2 basically self-destructed on his arm and basically blew his arm off. As we know that characters do tend to lose power when they get a grievous injury, even if they are stronger than their opponents. This Cell Max didn't seem to have any sort of regeneration ability like the original Cell either. What does this Cell Max have? What abilities does he have? This is the point, and this is the point I'm going to get to, and it's why the title is titled the way it is. This Cell Max doesn't really seem to have anything. I fully agree that those statements from the author Toriyama, the statements we get in the source material, put him above Goku and Vegeta in terms of raw power. However, as I was getting to saying, that techniques and abilities can serve as equalizers to raw power. As we saw in the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie, Cell Max is getting hit by all sorts of characters. Sure, if it came into a complete duel of strength, Cell Max is stronger than basically all of them, except for Gohan Beast. Even Piccolo, when he was fighting an one-armed Cell Max, came short, and we know that Piccolo is supposed to be on the level of Goku and Vegeta, but Piccolo at least was giving Cell Max somewhat of a fight. He got his ass whooped in the end. This particular battle, we've got Goku and Vegeta fighting against Cell Max, and not only does it seem that Piccolo only has, once again, another raw power-up, very similar to Cell Max and Gohan Beast, the power-ups in the superhero movie are simply raw power-ups by the information we currently have. However, Goku and Vegeta's Ultra forms come with more than just power-ups. And not only that, they are just simply better fighters than any of the fighters that actually fought against Cell Max. Now, Cell Max was getting pops off on. Of course, he wasn't literally getting beaten, but you know, he's getting hit by Krillin. Yes, Krillin. And actually sent flying by the likes of 18, Fat Gotenks, Piccolo, Ultimate Gohan, characters vastly weaker than Goku and Vegeta. So I think it's safe to say that Goku and Vegeta would at least land on Cell Max. Now, these two characters are stronger than the Gammas, I would imagine, because I believe the Gammas were compared to Goku and Vegeta by Piccolo himself. As far as we're aware, Piccolo only knows how powerful these characters Goku and Vegeta were in the Moro arc. He hasn't seen the Granola arc. He doesn't know about the training they've done on Beerus's planet and the fact they've got stronger. So they are very capable of doing a lot of damage to Cell Max, even maiming Cell Max. Obviously, they wouldn't want to self-destruct themselves, but if they're stronger than Gamma 2, then there's no reason why they can't do that without actually using self-destruction. And as we saw with Piccolo, he managed to at least hold off Cell Max and even restrain Cell Max to be hit by Gohan's special beam cannon. In fact, you could argue with Goku, with his Ultra Instinct, he's going to land perfectly timed shots, and that's the biggest thing about Ultra Instinct, guys, is it lands perfectly timed shots. It exploits openings, as Jiren said in the Tournament of Power. He would land devastating blows every single time he lands. Maybe devastating is an OTT word because he's fighting against a character stronger than him in raw power, but the fact that he can use the Master Yourself movement to land in these openings once again serves as an equalizer to Cell's greater power. Then if we throw Vegeta into the mix, of course he has Destruction. Destruction against Cell Max, if it keeps landing, is basically going to destroy Cell's biology, I guess you could say, and maybe blow some of his limbs off or erase them from existence. Cell's best move in the whole of the superhero movie seems to be that multiple ki attack that come out of his pores in his body, whatever they are really, but that isn't going to hit something like Ultra Instinct, which is basically just going to dodge them. Maybe it might hit Vegeta, but Vegeta can use Destruction to basically get through or block any of the beams that come his way. Cell Max just doesn't have an arsenal of attacks that could really cause these elite martial artists any real problems, and they would likely just keep popping off on Cell Max. Imagine two Orange Piccolos versus Cell Max. You know, Orange Piccolo might have actually had a chance, and Piccolo does have a lot of hacks and abilities, but he doesn't have Ultra Instinct and Hakai. These two characters in a 2-on-1 would literally beat the shit out of Cell Max. Gohan is just basically coping. And guys, if Cell Max had his brain, if he could fight, then this is a completely different battle. I believe he is stronger in terms of raw power than Goku and Vegeta, maybe even together. After all, we only have to look at Gas when he was fighting against these two characters. He was fighting against them 2-on-1. Gas has some brilliant attacks, by the way, guys. I think he's going to be an incredibly good character to play on Budokai Tenkaichi 4 when that comes out, because think about all of his weapons and how good they will be to use. And he was a boring character in the manga, I'm not going to lie, but I think in Budokai Tenkaichi 4 he's going to be pretty fun to play with. But Cell Max doesn't have anything like that. I can't think of anything Cell Max has. I can't think of anything unless Goku and Vegeta do something stupid and get themselves hit directly on by Cell Max, that is actually going to cause them any major problems. Fighting 2-on-1 against Cell Max is toast. He's going to get spread like peanut butter. Gas was finding ways to get stronger every time Goku and Vegeta got stronger. It was implied that every time he was surpassed, the wish to make him the strongest in the universe, or called a curse by Vegeta, was forcing him to get stronger. That's why he started draining energy from his cells. Basically overtook Goku and Vegeta again to become the strongest in the universe, and he had enough of a power differentiation as well as the abilities and skills, which also may have been something that come from that wish, to actually fight off and fend off Ultra Instincts and Ultra Ego. Cell doesn't have that. Maybe he has it in his biology or the planning for the making of a fully complete Cell Max, but this version of Cell Max, he has nothing. Obviously, we know about Cell Max's weakness on his head that was left there by Dr. Hido. In the manga, Goku and Vegeta had to fight against Moro, who had a very similar weakness. The copying ability that Moro had, they had to smash that crystal and it basically ended Moro. Goku managed to achieve that with the Susano. Maybe Goku could use the Susano against Cell Max whilst Vegeta attacks him and blindsides him from a different angle with destruction. I think it will just be a clobbering, to be brutally honest. Goku and Vegeta are more than capable of crashing that crystal, given that Fat Gotenks did. This is a one-sided battle. It was just simply cope by Gohan and Piccolo. And I'll repeat, Cell Max is stronger in raw power, but that's not all there is to these verse battles anymore, especially in Dragon Ball Super. It isn't just power versus power, there's lots of things to consider. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. I look forward to reading them. In fact, here's a question, and I want you to answer this down in the comment section. Could Goku and Vegeta defeat this version of Cell Max individually on their own without fighting 2-on-1? Let me know down in the comment section. I look forward to reading your answers. Make sure you're clicking onto my channel and going on the community tab, where I do polls nearly every day, and as well as posts that may interest you. Make sure you check that out. Keep up with it, keep up to date, let me know your thoughts, have your say. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, smash a like on the video if you enjoy Dragon Ball content. Until next time, Ad Astra.